That really clean, focused sound is very, signature Tori Amos.
Sound check.
G'day and welcome back to another vocal analysis here at Voice Essentials. My name is Dr. Dan, and today we're going to listen to a singer who I listened to a lot of during sort of the late 90s, and in fact this performance is from 1998. It's a live performance. It's by Tori Amos, is the singer that we're going to be listening to. This is a live arrangement of her song Precious Things. The reason I listened to a lot of Tori Amos back in the late 90s is because my wife loves Tori Amos. And she owned, I think at the time, all of the albums. Tori, for me, and I'll be interested to read your comments, so leave them in the comments section below about your thoughts. Tori is very much an artist, but she uses her voice to paint. And so as we dive into today, I want you to really, look through the lens of an artist painting with their voice. And she's such a skillful, piano player, musician. Remembering this is from the late 90s, so this is, coming up on 30 years old, this performance. And so it's so important that we contextualize the voice. You might hear that as me saying, presenting that as a bit of a disclaimer because what we're going to listen to is you're not up to speed. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this is not candy pop. This is kind of muso's music, artist's music. To give you an insight, my wife is a high school drama teacher. She's from that arty field. So I think, deep calls to deep. That's why Jody really loves her. Let's dive in. Let's have a listen to, really interesting sound. It starts off with about nearly a minute of just musical entrance. Have a listen. The music is outstanding, like high quality musos. And they create a real soundscape, and that's what, that's in keeping with Tori. She's painting pictures. I said it was nearly a minute of musical intro. That I've just stopped that on 1:53. It wasn't under a minute. It is nearly 2 minutes of musical intro. Isn't it interesting, in the today's, world of, tick and flick and swipe left, swipe right, and everything happens so quickly. We're less we have less fitness for just sitting. And yet, you know, you could even fall into the trap of going, well, gee, that was a bit self-indulgent, you know, that 2-minute intro. No, it's setting setting the scene. It's creating, it's basically, again, as you approach this, I want you to approach this as a painter painting a picture. And what's just happened is they've spent all of this time painting the canvas's background, creating the opportunity for, this is not a blank canvas now. The singer, Tori, is about to now come in and give us depth of field. And she's going to do that with her voice and using really clever different sounds. Just take it back into the entrance of her. We're not going to listen to the 2 minutes of music again, though I actually quite enjoyed that. Let's listen to the entrance of the voice starting. That really clean, focused sound is very, you know, signature Tori Amos. It's got almost a nasalized twang. So we know that twang is not nasality, though you can have twang go through the nose and you can have it go through the mouth. And I think in this particular instance, and part of Tori's signature is actually a nasalized twang, not only through the nasal passage, but there is some nasal resonance. It's quite a very defined tone. Oh, what was that? I wonder if that's a little signal she just gave to the band, because the guitarist is sitting behind her, and I wonder. And that can be a bit of a challenge when you're working with musos, is to not have visual contact with your fellow musicians on stage. And so have a look at the way she taps her shoulder. There. See what I mean by painting? So she's using these different vocal effects. Some she's giving us clean color, others she's giving us a vocal fry, which has a pressed feel to it. And it's all about, think of a painter, and, you know, just using different brush strokes to actually develop different effects onto the canvas. Have a listen to that. She just doesn't the one thing I really like about Tori is she does not restrict herself in the aesthetic use of the voice. Cool. It's not the guitarist. I said before that it was the guitarist over the back of her. I think it's the bass player. My mistake. Can you hear the breath? You know, she's actually quite audible in her breath. not typically something we would instruct for good singing, in so much as when the voice on the intake of air is not retracted, the vocal folds don't retract away from the glottis sufficiently, it can be quite drying to the voice, and over time it can sort of fatigue the voice at a higher rate. But Tori here is using breath, and it was, again, a big part of her vocal is the audibility of breath. Remembering this is way back. So interesting. And this is me now just thinking on the fly. Tori is a classically trained singer, to my knowledge. My research suggests such. And classically, it is a big no-no to have audible breath intake. Big no-no. Like, you're not allowed to do that. And part of Tori's shtick is almost a rejection of the orthodox, rejection of the traditional. And I wonder whether she kind of goes, well, have a listen to this. I'm going to audible breathe on every intake. I don't know whether that's the case, but certainly we do hear a lot of audibility, but she uses that to emote, to create intensity. And she's been doing it for a long time, and so she's evidently been able to sustain it. That was interesting. What does she do there? She drags her finger across what is the upturned lid of the keyboard of the grand piano. Yeah, it's definitely a signal to the band to go, we're going to the next section, because once again she's done it immediately prior to the new section. Have a watch of the tap of the shoulder. Okay, boys, we're going to the next. Can you hear what I'm saying about the use of her voice to paint? So in the modern era, we so often hear range used to impress, listen to how high I can sing. But in this instance, Tori's not using her height. She's now singing way up in her upper register, towards her flute register. But she's not doing it to impress. You don't walk away going, wow, she's singing high. You walk away with the impression, certainly I walk away with the impression of, like, she's using a different color now, and she's painting a different kind of aspect onto the canvas for us. Again, There's that shoulder tap again. Sorry. Now I've seen it, I can't unsee it. Little bridge section. Okay, we're going on. Different vocal effect. Listen to that. Have a listen to how she drops down into a pulse sort of vocal fry point, you know, in the midst of what is upper register. Here it is. The band is rocking. There it is again. Yeah, she's using it to just signal next section, next section. That's great, that's great. Oh, that was great. The music was just so good. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you thought. She's still rocking it, old Tori, and with music that good, you know. And she is that quintessential artistic singer-songwriter. Great. Loved it. Loved it. Great singer. A great singer for very different reasons to what we typically identify as great singing in the modern era. Very different. And that is just a reminder that, you know, great singing isn't holus bolus about high and loud. It's just not. It's just not. There are so many different expressions of voice. And Tori is an exemplar for that very fact. Hope you've enjoyed today's vocal analysis here at Voice Essentials. I very much look forward to seeing you in the next one. I'll see you again soon. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.